I would like to talk about the importance of Martin Luther King Jr.'s contribution to the citizens of the United States and how it's still shaped today. First, who was this famous person? He was an African American activist for African Americans in the mid-1900s, and he accomplished this because he was an excellent leader, driven by his personality and perseverance. He didn't like how African Americans were being treated unequally compared to white people, so he advanced on civil rights and using his emotions to make his supporters and audience feel motivated to make this cause happen, in which he proved that everyone is created equally and that there are no imbalances between one another, especially from his I Have a Dream speech. The things that made him a leader were his personality, the conditions he lived in, and what he wanted, all emphasized his preparation as an activist. This is because he had the confidence, communication skills, motivation and passion, perseverance through the hardships and honor for the people, and what made him a great and influential leader. His I Have a Dream speech helps to capture his personality and family life, in which he wants his children to grow up in a world where they will not be determined by their color, but by the content of their character. These kind of skills increase his authority and instill people to believe what is right about his change. As I said, he wanted equality for everyone, meaning that everyone gets the same amount of respect. And he didn't like the discrimination, so he became a leader and spoke out for civil rights. His I Have a Dream speech shows it because it's filled with all of the emotions that form his point toward accomplishing his dream. This was an important goal for Martin Luther King Jr., as he wanted a better world for the United States. And that's why today we look up to the greatness in our changing world, as it went from being separated to connected. Lastly, his hate of the injustice allowed him to commit to advancing onto civil rights of African Americans, using emotion to his cause, like this cause. And in his moments of actions, it's his outstanding voice that led to the tears and joy of this cause. And it's the voice coming from his I Have a Dream speech that turns his logic into a masterpiece, especially from comparing his work to the Declaration of Independence. And he declared that all schools be filled with white and black. And in the end, his emotions drive his passion to making a big contribution. Using it also describes the truth behind what needs to be accomplished. So, he gave African Americans living in the South of the United States and areas of the world freedom. And as he said in his speech, free at last, God Almighty, free at last. And that's why from his winnings from the beginning of his actions, as he was a Baptist minister, to the endings where he was a strong activist, he received the Nobel Peace Prize for his duty to America, in which he ended the legal segregation of African American people in the U.S. Even though it's been more than 50 years since the day he made his speech, there are some tiny bits of discrimination today because of people who want to. And that's because of people who want to stop police terrorization with black people, such as the case of Eric Garner, who was killed from a police officer by a chokehold for not doing anything. And sharing out things like I Can't Breathe and Black Lives Matter. And just like Martin Luther King Jr., it's sad that these kinds of news happened. And to think that it was worse back then shows he was the most humble person who wanted his people to not hide in fear but stand up to anything and fight till they get what they want. And just like everyone, we are born with equal amount of respect and rights. And so was Martin Luther Jr. But did he think he was going to do this movement when he was young? Obviously not. But he did it anyways, because a person doesn't understand what his mission is until he gets in the way of something big that stops his life from moving forward until he gets through it. And this analogy is how Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished it. So, what I learned from writing this speech is that we should never say to ourselves that I'm better than that person or that's better. That person's better than me, because that's not true. As Martin Luther King Jr. was telling us, we all have the same rights and power, and that means any of us can do anything, and it doesn't matter what it is, except that it's something that you think is best and as a goal in life. Thank you.